Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's good with you? What's good with you? All right, so um, I'm going to follow up with this video and do this about dreams. Of course, I have so much things to speak about, right? But for the first time, I think in the history of this channel, right, a dream video has actually been performing so well that I want to continue just to see, just to, ask of the universe, I guess you can say, is this finally something that we can discuss on my wavelength, right? On my channel to where it gets noticed. Because like I said, this video is performing very well. The last video that I did relative to dreams, and y'all know me, y'all been with me long enough. For those of you who have, and shout out to the new subscribers as well. Word, I've been seeing y'all. It's fantastic. I love it. But for those who've been following me, y'all know I be tossing dream videos in here and there. Sometimes I do Aquarius age videos. Sometimes I do quantum jumping type stuff and all of that. But the dreams, I got a few of those. And, this is not a complaint. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The statistics show that they just don't get as much traction. So here we are again. We're going to give it another shot. Right? We're going to ride the momentum of this wave. Maybe it's something in the air, in the universe, that's letting us know, oh, we could talk about this stuff now. So what's interesting, right? This dream that I'm about to talk about, it's a celebrity dream again. Not only that, this is a celebrity that I've spoken about in dreams before. I'm going to keep their names anonymous because who really knows how deep this really goes, right? Especially when it comes to celebrities, they deal with so much already from being in the public eye or from people like paparazzi and stuff like that trying to get in touch with them through through whatever channel that they possibly can, that, maybe it just feels so intrusive if someone such as myself can actually pry into their minds when they think they're being private, right? Like, who does that? Like, who goes into their sleep and digs into a person's mind? So, you just don't ever know completely of how some people would take that. So I'm going to keep them anonymous. Like in prior dream videos, some of you have been guessing and been able to guess of who I was speaking of and stuff like that. And that's still cool. You know what I mean? As have fun, do what y'all want to do. I'm still going to have fun. It's just that, I'm just like that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. I'm a Pisces. So, I the whole privacy thing, So let's get into it, right? I'm just talking mash. Let me just get into it. So, all right, boom. But I wanted to state that this dream pertains to a celebrity who I had a dream about before. So in this dream, I wake up, right? And I'm in my studio, and someone I grew up with is in my apartment. And if I think about today, I wouldn't necessarily think this person would be in my apartment. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, this person I grew up with, but we haven't been in a communication on a rapid level like we used to when we grew up. Sometimes that happens, right? But nonetheless, this person is in my studio. So, I ain't tripping or nothing. It's not like I hate them or nothing like that. So it felt okay for them to be here, right? So I get up and I'm walking around, and I notice, like, soon as the dream begins, I notice the person that I grew up with being there, and then I notice the celebrity walk inside of the front door. They had a bag with them, they was dressed very well and stuff like that. Maybe that's a giveaway right now. But yeah, they were dressed well and stuff like that, and they were coming through like they've been here before. You know how you could tell people's body movement like they've been someplace before? They feel comfortable, familiar with the place that they're inside of. This is the body language, the type of body language that this celebrity gave off. So for whatever reason, I like dip off. Like, I guess maybe I didn't want them to see me, whatever the case may be, but I think it had more of something to deal with me actually laying down, having the dream, because I just jumped right back to where I was laying down at sleeping, right? So now I'm dreaming the dream from where I'm literally laying down at, and I'm undressed and everything, and they step into the place, right? So I'm like, okay, we don't really say nothing to each other, but the person kind of like, I'm not gonna say clowned me, but they brought to my attention like, yo, look, you got some dry skin on your feet. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine with me. You know what I'm saying? If you looking out for my best interest like that, like I'm cool with that. So that just gave me 2 point. And mind you, I do got a little bit of that white stuff that be on the side of your feet. Sometimes I do got a little bit of that. I'm doing pretty well though in the foot department. Don't play with me, y'all. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing pretty well in the foot department. But it's still a good pull up from that transpired in a waking state. I've came across a advertisement that deals with this foot. I don't know if you guys seen this or not, but it's like this foot thingy. I'm gonna call it that right now. But you soak your feet in it, and it just takes all the particles and all the dry skin and all of that terrible stuff from your feet, and it boosts your immune system. It's like foot therapeutic stuff. So I'm looking into that now because it's a great health technique that deals with water. So I've been talking about doing grounding and stuff like that. So even more when I'm in the city and the urban areas, I can use that as another way to detox and be healthy as well. So so I took something positive from that, or whatever the case may be. So, but that's all the celebrity really had to say during this dream. They just popped up, and mind you, it's like, this is another thing, right? They interacted with me like they know we've interacted with each other before. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I've had prior dreams with this person there, and it's like we picked up from where we last left off, if that makes any sense to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they know just the same way I know. Now, I don't think that this individual actually sought me out. Like they're doing, I'm not going to call this witchery or black magic and stuff like that. I'm just maybe sorcery, but just a type of magic that where you're able to astral project and stuff like that, and quantum jump, if you will. I don't believe they did that to me this time anyway. I believe I did this to them because I just saw something about them a day before this dream transpired, and then boom, just like that, they're in my dream. So I believe I'm the one who pursued this celebrity. So but it ended there as far as our interaction goes. So now I get up because I'm like wanting to cater to my feet and stuff like that, right? So, but I'm kind of halfway excited that they're here too. So, but I get up, they go about wherever they were in here, and I go this way, right? So I go this way. Mind you, the person I grew up with, they in the side of the studio. Boom, I go over there. I'm talking with them about something I can't totally recall. You know how sometimes when you dream and shit, like you can't always hear all the words, or it's challenging to actually remember all of them when you get up. It was one of those things. So I go this way, boom. We had our words with each other, just regular, right? And then I'm coming back towards this way to the celebrity, and there's a snake inside of my bathroom. But the snake is like huge. At first it was like a baby snake. It was like a rattlesnake. And then, but when I'm coming back this way, it's huge. It's wrapped all around inside of my bathroom, and then it's hanging out like in the hallway. Its head is hanging out in the hallway, and its tongue is just going in and out, right? So I'm just like, I stopped and I tapped it like boop, and then it shrunk back into this little gardener snake size, right? Okay, part 2 of the dream. So now this is one of those dreams, and this is also why I wanted to speak about this dream though, besides the celebrity, right? I just guess I used the celebrity to bring attraction to it, but no, like I said, dreams, videos, they're getting traction now. So this is another one of those videos where I met someone in my dream before I met them in the waking state. This time it happened quickly. It happened 2 days later. I met the person. But I didn't meet them like handshake. Hey, how are you? I seen them 2 days later. So it felt like the scenery changed because it felt like I was in a different type of building, although some of the areas inside of this place that I was in felt like my studio still, right? So this heavyset dude comes up to me and he's like, yo, listen, You ready to do the bond? You ready to pay the bond? And I'm like, pay the bond? Now, mind you, as soon as he says it, right? You know, like how you jump through a dream, like you jump from one scenery to the next. It was like that. I felt jolted. So now I'm dressed and everything. I'm moving around the apartment, and he's like, yo, you got the bail money, the bond money. He said, he didn't say bail. He said, you got the bond money. Now, at first, I'm thinking, like, is this stocks and bonds? And then I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's a jail bond. And I'm like, yo, who I got to bail out or whatever the case may be, right? That's for another time. But, they was very sure that I had it. Me, myself, once I thought about it, I was very sure that I had it because I'm thinking about money inside of shoe boxes on top of my cabinets. Like I got it. But mind you, I don't move like that, right? So in my dream, I'm bugging like, okay, this is definitely a dimension jump. I jumped in another dimension where I do move like this. And this might even be a suggestive prophetic dream of some type, or just perhaps happening in another dimension to show me a hint for things going on in a waking state. So while I'm thinking about this money in a shoebox, I'm like, I'm walking, talking with him. And I'm like, now, mind you, I don't know this dude, right? But in the dream, I know this dude. So it's just bugging me out. But I'm thinking about the waking state of when I'm laying here right now dreaming. And I'm like, yo, I know this dude right now, but I don't know this dude. You know what I'm saying? But I'm playing it off like, give me a few minutes. So I'm thinking about the money in the shoebox. And then when I'm thinking about it, he pulls out a car key and says, here goes the key. You got the money for the car? And I'm like, yo, my man, like, yo, be easy, right? But I'm bringing in the lesson in a few minutes, a couple of minutes. So I take the car key from him, I put it in my pocket, and I'm thinking, all right, how am I going to get 24-hour car insurance? Because I know a spot, I know a place, right? So I'm like, okay, I might have to go back there. And then he brings up the bond again. Yo, you got the bond money? I said, yo, how much is the bond? He said 11 grand. I said 11 grand. So I just paused on him, right? I just left it be because I'm thinking about the money in the shoebox now. And I'm like, do I got 11 grand in the shoebox? Part of me is telling me I do. So now I'm getting kind of concerned about my own behavior because I'm like, what am I doing with so much money in the shoebox, right? But now I'm more focused on the car. He said the car was from the Africans. So I'm like, okay, how much is the car? He told me the car was like around 15 grand or something like that. I don't remember the exact figure of the car. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go get the car because I guess in the back of my mind, I just wanted to drive. Sometimes I get like that. Sometimes I just want to drive. So I'll just go get a car and I'll just be out. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll go find something to do out of town somewhere and I'll just go. So I'm thinking about the 24-hour car insurance because, it's not like a rental or anything like that. It's a car that I just bought. So in the waking state, I wake up, right? I go outside, I go to the store, I see dude. Now, when I look towards him, I'm like, oh shit, that's dude. Like there's no mistaking this. But he's on his phone and he's looking the other way. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to stare at him. It's New York City. I'm not going to stare too long. So especially if I don't know you, right? So I turn away. When I turn away, I could feel he glanced and looked at me. So I turned back for a half a second. He turned, but he had already turned back around looking towards the other direction. So I'm like, you know what? This shit is not supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to force it either. What happened in the dream state happened. What happened here is different. So I go on about my business, go run my errands, come back. I see him on the way back. He's coming this way this time, and I'm coming that way, the way that I came from. We pass each other. We say nothing. It's like we really didn't even know each other. But me, I'm on point because, mind you, I met this dude in my dream. I know this dude in my dream. So I get back. So I go back in the building now. So this is what I got from this, right? This dream pointed towards inflation and consumer confidence, which I don't have, which I'm conflicting with. So part of this dream I can tell actually came from the ability to take what I learned in school and transform it and, make it into come into fruition in the waking state. So in school, I'm studying this type of stuff and I'm conflicted with inflation. I'm conflicted with consumer confidence. My consumer confidence is not high at this time. And him mentioning the Africans, I want and keep this in mind if you're African American or you got friends in Africa and stuff like that. Nigeria is doing very well. Their economy is doing very well right now because of their debt to equity ratio. And us, on the other hand, we are way down when it comes to the debt to equity ratio, partially why my consumer confidence is low. All right. So that's what it's about. Like if you're African American, for whatever reason, we always like to keep our spirits high when it comes to consumer confidence beware and be cautious and be careful with your consumerism. I'm out.